welcome back to my channel. I'm here to bring you guys a makeup haul. So it's just a bunch of stuff that I've ordered, most on sale. So this is basically all the stuff that I've previously got, and the first thing would have to be the McGrath. I've been waiting so long, over 1 year, for this under eye powder. Like, I finally got my hands on it on Selfridges, and this one is priced at £25. It does give me luxury vibes the way it's packaged. When it comes to Pat McGrath products, it is very pricey, so I only pick up what I can afford to purchase. Like, for example, her concealers are priced at £25. So one out of the two that I had purchased, I got on sale for, I think, 15% off at the time on Selfridges, which Selfridges rarely has discounts. So I was surprised they had sale on her products, so I had to quickly grab a second shade, which is why I have two Pat McGrath concealers. So next time if I do purchase, I'll definitely wait until another sale before I purchase another one. But for this powder, I highly doubt it will ever be on sale because it's rarely in stock. When I purchased this, it's been a year since I've been searching for this powder right here. And finally, 2 weeks ago, I saw it on Selfridges site that it was back in stock. And this is in the shade medium. And obviously now that I've checked it, it's out of stock again. Like, this is basically how the inside of the packaging looks. I'm sure all of you have seen this product before, but it is new to me. The next thing I got on sale was the Cheek to Chick from Charlotte Tilbury, her blush, and this is from the Walk of Shame collection. This blush is priced at £30 and I got it for £24 on Cult Beauty. They had % or 20% off on all complexion products. So this is basically what the inside of the blush looks like. Gorgeous. So the next thing I picked up on sale is the Shiseido foundation, and this foundation is priced at £39. I got it on sale, a discount of £25 on Look Fantastic, and I've been waiting a long time to get this foundation. I've heard nothing but good reviews on this foundation, and this is basically what it looks like. Love the packaging, love how sleek it is. And in this foundation, I got the shade 510 Suede from the McGrath collection. So he recently launched his makeup collection. I think that was roughly 2.5 weeks ago, if I'm not mistaken. So this is the McGrath eyeshadow palette, and this is the case that it comes in. I love the packaging. It is beautiful, and this palette is called Head in the Clouds, which is definitely giving you that vision through this case for the palette. Now we're finally approaching to the palette, and it does come into another casing. It does come with a sleeve in the inside to protect the shadows from the mirror, but realistically I will be throwing this out. Now my only concern that I don't like so far is that I feel like when this palette was advertised on Instagram, I was not able to see the vision of how I could adapt to the palette, in a sense of how could I use these colors to create a look. I was very much distracted by the background of the palette. That's what I found a bit scary, but good thing he did show a image of just the shadows without the background, how can make the palette work. So yeah, and the reason why I got this palette, because obviously I don't have some of these shades in my other palette, so that's how I go about purchasing colorful shadows. I lay out all my colorful palettes and then see, okay, do I have that shade, and swatch a few shades for you guys quickly. So I'm gonna swatch these shades right here for you. Purple one. So far I can definitely tell that these shadows are very much pigment, and this is definitely the blush, but he called it blursh. And I got this one in the shade Cherry Cola. And this is basically what the packaging of the blush looks like. This is a liquid blush. And once again, in the shade Cherry Cola. It's applicator. Anyways, the next thing I have is this brush from Mitchell. This is meant to be a face highlighting brush. And for primer today, I'm going to take my Huda Beauty Hydrating Water Jelly Primer. Taking one pump and apply that all over the face. Now I have already moisturized and my skin with my typical Charlotte Tilbury product. And I don't know, I've been loving using this primer. It's not everyone's favorite, but I've been loving it lately. Can't say I regret purchasing it. Okay, gonna take my Shiseido foundation in the shade 510 Suede. Ooh, probably need to mix that up. It is very runny. To blend out my foundation, I'm going to take my Peaches and Cream brush, and this is in the PC08. It's an angled face brush, and I love this brush. Like, I love Peaches and Cream. I love Peaches and Cream brushes. This foundation feels very lightweight on the skin. It does match my complexion to a T. And it's full coverage because it's covering up my problematic areas very nicely. It's meant to be a medium to full coverage foundation. It did not say it's a matte foundation at all, but it's sitting pretty on my face. Like, I'm loving it. It's one of the most lightweight foundations that I do own in my collection. Oh Lord, I was pretty much carried away with wanting to see how the other products looked on my face that I totally forgot about this eyeshadow palette. So what I'm going to do before I finish my face base is go right into my eyes. I pray there is no fallout with this eyeshadow, because usually if everyone knows me, I do my eyes first. So I pray there's no fallout. I'm going to take my Be Perfect eye primer. Let's place that on my lid. To blend that out, I'm just going to use this brush from Real Techniques. I'm going to take this shade, then I feel like I'm going to go into this purple shade right here after. And this shade is called Midnight. And it's a nice purple shade. I'm just patting the shade down on my lid. So far, I'm not seeing any fallout with the shadow, thank God. And that shade, once again, the next shade I'm gonna go in is this purple shade right here. And that shade is called Perps and Caicos. Perps and Caicos. Ooh, this one has fallout. Oh no. I'm now gonna take this Tiffany blue shade right here, but it's called Bora Blue. Now I'm gonna clean up my crease and then be right. Taking the shade Midnight, and I'm just gonna blend out the edges of this crease. And to cut my crease, I just use my P. Louise blank canvas times Mitchell. As I was saying, like with this shade, I have to dig my brush into it to get pigment. Or if you just scrape off the top, I think it would be way better to one dip and be very pigmented. With this one, you can see that there's a lot of kickback. So one dip, that's perfect. With the others that I've used, one dip and it's perfect. Now, anyways, I'm going to take this shade Walter, which is this shade right here. And I'm going to put that in the inner corner of my eyelid first. And this white shade is very pigmented. I feel like this white shade right here called Walter is the best white eyeshadow that I do own that is very pigmented. Like, look at that swatch, that is very pigmented. The next shade I'm gonna take is Awful, and that's this shade right here. This one has a lot of kickback, but pigmented. I'm gonna take this shade right here called Lucid, and I'm just gonna pack that right next to the green shade, making sure that's evenly blended out as well, so you have that nice transition to it. I think the last shade that I'm gonna take is this shadow called Doris Day, which is a gray color. I'm just gonna pack that on the outskirts. This is basically the look that I came up with using this palette. It is super gorgeous, super pigmented. I highly rate this palette at 9.5. Super pigmented. I'm yet to play around with the shimmer shadows, but for now it's a 9.5. So I'm gonna finish my eye look, finish my concealer, and then come back when it's time to put the powder under my under eye. Okay, so now that I've basically finished concealing my under eye, my cupid's bow, and my chin and my forehead, now I'm gonna take my Pat McGrath Labs medium Skin Fetish Sublime Perfecting Blurring Under Eye Powder. Under my eyes are looking very smooth. For concealer, I did use my Too Faced concealer. Very smooth. Now that I've basically completed 90% of my face beat, I'm going to apply this liquid blush from Mitchell. And on one side, I'm just going to go straight and apply it to my face. And the other side, I'm going to put a little bit on the back of my hand and apply it to see which one works out more easier for me and for those who are wondering. Yeah, so I'm going to take the blush once again in the shade Cherry Cola. Do that on this side. And I'm going to try blending this out. And this blends like a dream. And it's obviously dried matte. So you can see there is no blush on my hands. So it dries really matte. And this is my perfect type of blush. Like, not too loud, just subtled. Just subtled. So this side has blush and this side does not have any blush on. So now I'm going to put a little bit on the back of my hand. And I'm going to use my sponge to just dab this in. Powders on top of it, not at all. But in this video, just because I want to showcase my new Charlotte Tilbury Walk of Shame blush, I'm going to apply it. So you're just giving my face a bit of sheen to it. And lastly, I do want to try out this face brush. It is nice, and this does remind me of the brush from It's My Riri times BH Cosmetics brush. It is shaped the same way, flat on one side and thingy, so you can use it to apply your blush, or you can use it to apply your highlighter. Either way go. So taking my Jaclyn Hill highlighter quad, and I have not used this in quite a long time, and I was like, why not revisit this, because the formula is amazing. So this is the finished look of my face beat using my makeup haul products. Yes, this is the highlighter, the blush, And yeah, gorge. So this is an okay brush. It's an okay brush, and this was priced at £8. The next thing I used was the blursh in the shade Cherry Cola. This was priced at £14, and I would rate this a 10 out of 10. Palette, I would rate a 9.5 as I stated. The rating may go up or it may go down depending on when I use the shimmer shadows to see if I need to add a glitter primer or whatever the case may be to make it stand. I love the fact that he was very unique with the pouch. Colorful palette using makeup in general. This palette or this case is going to get dirty real soon. But this is priced at £40. I feel like it is worth it for the amount of shades that you do get in this palette, on top of getting the case included in the £40. So the next thing is the Pat McGrath medium powder. I do love how smooth my under eye is using this powder. So that is it for today's video. I have now reached the end of my video. Bye.